of relaxation. Everyone is busy and we are moving around in this busy world. One side, the information technology is providing us lots and lots of information and changes every day. One or other changes keep coming in all the industries, and we need to cope up with the changes. On the other side, we have our relationship growing and the responsibilities, roles and responsibilities keep increasing. So in order to cope up with these challenges, what we are doing, we try to adapt, bring changes in our lifestyles and learn something new. But at the same time, one side the responsibilities and the other side we build up tension, stress, anxiety, and worry and fear as well because of a lot of uncertainties. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, so we have to be equipped. So we keep worrying or feeling tensed. So, what is the best way we can handle this pressure building up on the other side? So we thought of this topic, art of relaxation, is definitely going to help us to bring some quality way of managing our life. It can be a professional life, it can be a personal life, to ensure that we enrich ourselves and empower ourselves. And today we have a special speaker who has come from USA, and he lives in New York, and he's also practicing Raj Yoga since the 1980s, and he has very rich spiritual experience as well. And in his professional career, he has worked with General Electric as a property account consultant from 1976 till 2003. On the other hand, in a spiritual way, he has been part of Brahma Kumaris World Spiritual Organization since 1980s, and he is one of the directors over there. And also, he is a representative to United Nations, where the Brahma Kumaris has a presentation present over United Nations as well. He is the representative there as well. Further, he has traveled extensively globally and conducted programs for Phillips Morris, Ingersoll Rand, and Dow Jones, and he has conducted seminars in the topic of like positive thinking, art of relaxation, stress-free life, and many other programs as well. This I would like to invite Eric Larson to the dais. Please. I invite Sarita to present the bouquet of flowers. Thank you, Sarita, for that. Without taking your time, and I hand over the podium to Eric Larson to continue the session. Thank you.
Does this work? Very good. I was going to say good morning, but it's not morning here. Good evening. How are you tonight? All right. You seem to be interested in relaxation. Is that correct? That's why you came? Question for you. How many of you are residents of the Emirates right now? You raise your hands. Yeah, this is okay. And so therefore you are good citizens, somewhat good citizens. And if I'm understanding correctly, you have been asked to be healthy. Is anybody against good health? Everybody's for good health. Is that right? And so you've been inspired to do some exercise. Is that correct? And so how did it go today and yesterday? Very good. You did your 30 minutes? Have you registered? Are you signed up? Everybody who's registered and did the exercise, stand up. All right. Okay. Come on. You should be proud of this. Okay. And keep standing. How many of you are going to do 30 days? Okay. All right. You guys sit down. What's the matter with the rest of you now? You're all for good health. You agreed that that's going to be wonderful. You're dedicated citizens. You follow all the laws, and you've been asked to be healthy. And that's for free. But not all of you did it. Why not? I want you to focus in very carefully on why you didn't do something that's good for yourself. Because that's going to be the main issue tonight. Why didn't you do something you know you want and is good for yourself? Because I'm going to ask you, if we learn to do relaxation, and you came here tonight to learn about it, so that tells me two things. One is you want it, and the other is that you think it's good. Is that correct? All right. So you know you want it. You know it's going to be good for yourself. It's a little like exercise, isn't it? Why aren't you doing it? So if I talk to you and give you all sorts of things, and they're stealing my flowers already. If I talk to you and tell you wonderful things, and you say yes, why are you going to do it? How are you going to decide to do something good for yourself? Exercise is good, right? Anybody disagree that it's good to be alive? Who would rather be dead right now? Okay, one. We can talk later. It's good to be alive. And is it nice to have a car that runs well? You get in it and it goes where you want, air conditioning, music, all sorts of nice things. Or is it kind of like, oh, I hope this car starts today, and it's hot, and I have to roll the window down to get some air. You'd rather have a nice car that moves well and that functions the way you want to. Okay? Look at your body that way right now. Okay? Is it in good shape? Is it running well? Does it move the way you want to? I know as you get older, those things are kind of rising in priority. But if we're not going to take care of our car, even though we know to do it, if we're not going to take care of our body, even though we know that's the best thing that we can do, why, if you are told how to relax and you can make your life full of bliss and happiness, joy and peace, what's going to motivate you to do that? There are two questions you need to always ask. Can I do it? And will I do it? And if I continue to talk and say something worthwhile, will you use that? Okay, we got one. Okay, all right. It's an important question, isn't it? All right. Are you willing to get involved? Okay, I'm not going to talk much. We're going to interact some here. And try to experience something and figure out how you can do that. Everything is going to be easy tonight, right? And so I'm going to be very easy. Your government is very harsh. 30 minutes. I'm going to say 10 minutes, okay? I'm going to ask for a commitment and look around at each other and say, yes, I will do this. Of 10 minutes for 10 days of practicing to relax, if you find that it's beneficial at the end of this time. Is that okay? Okay. Thank you. That would be good. Because we're kind of interesting. I've gone through that process myself one time. Somebody was living a horrible life, doing all the wrong things, smoking, drinking, and was going to die. They had cancer. And they said, well, that's not very good. And they started to have a health clinic and started juicing. And they saved their lives through just drinking juice. And as they told their story, I thought, gosh, that's amazing. That's wonderful. That sounds good. I understand everything. And at the end of the talk and the next day, I went back to my own routine. I didn't bother getting the juice, and I didn't squeeze it, and I didn't drink it, and I didn't have cancer and things like that. But there was something that didn't click in me. I accepted everything, I believed it, I understood it, and I had no reason not to, but I didn't have the start or click or something to follow through. So be very careful, because we might do something that's wonderful tonight, but you're still going to have to take it and say, yes, this is going to be important in my life. So I'm hoping that if we talk a little and we think about it and look at relaxation, um, how much relaxation do you need right now? A lot, a little? Hard to measure, isn't it? You know, well, I need 10 hours of relaxation a day. I need it. Okay. It's one of those things where we're going to try something, and I'm going to give you a concept, and I want to see if it makes any sense. All right? I want you to put your hand out. Okay? I'm going to assume you have hands. Sorry about that. How's it feel? Can you feel what the baseline is right now? Now I want you to make a fist. Okay? Squeeze it. See if you can squeeze your fingers in the top of your arm, right through there. Okay, now let go. How does that feel right now? Okay, you can put your hand down and don't share. This is not the exercise group, so it might be hard. There was a normal, there was a tension, and there was a release. Did you feel 3 different experiences? Okay, and after the tension, you let go, that release. How did that feel? It was good. Can we call that tension relax? Is that okay? Are you comfortable with that kind of a concept? Because I want you to hold on to that thought, and maybe we can play with that some and see if we can put it into practice. Because I want you to see your physical body as a child. How many of you have grown up with little children or have little children around or remember what it was like to have little children around? Okay? What do they usually want? Mommy, 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 look at me, dad, dad. Did they ever do that? And when the parent looks at them and says, oh, that's great, what happens? They're happy. They got the attention. And when they got the attention, then did they, for the next 4 seconds, say, look at me again? No. They relaxed. They let go. Okay? And so where you put your attention and then withdraw it, there's an automatic relaxation. Oh, look, the children, you've done a nice picture. That's great. And then that look at me, look at me, look at me fades down. That energy dissipates. Does that make any sense? So when you put energy somewhere, attention to somewhere, and let it go, there's an automatic relaxation. Does that make any sense? Okay? And so we're going to try that. Are you willing to try things tonight? Okay, thank you. I want you to, you did really good with your hand. I want you to do the same thing. How many of you know you have muscles in your body? Okay, you learned that, right? Okay, I'm in Dubai. I don't know these things, so just want to kind of not assume too much, but would like to, make sure that you're aware of that. And so you probably went through biology and you had great parents and they told you body parts, right? So I'm going to bring your attention to those and see if you can put some tension there and hold it and let go and see what happens. Are you willing to do that? Okay. So one of the things that's important to me is to stay alive while we do this. And so take a deep breath. Very good. All right. And you exhale too. Don't, and keep breathing, but you don't have to make as much noise now. And so as you're breathing, we're just going to kind of move into this. I want you to think about your toes. Okay. And if you can, make kind of a toe fist there. Put some tension. See if you can put some energy. Focus on that. I'm not in front of you anymore. You're thinking about your toes. Energy, tension, relax. Let go. And we're going to move up our body. Is that okay? And so you've got calves, your lower legs. think of those muscles and concentrate on them. See if you can find, you can wiggle. This is okay. This is not a polite group. You can figure out you've got muscles there, your calves. See if you can put tension there. Put your awareness there. And let go. Relax them. And see how that feels. Now we're going to move up to our upper legs. Our hips, our thighs, whatever are the muscles there. See if you can feel those. Put your attention onto that part of yourself. And let go. Relax. Take your mind away from that. We're going to do our hands again. Typically, if you're sitting like you are, your hands are in your lap or on your legs, do the same thing. Make a fist. Feel what tension is. And let go. Release. Relax. Can you do that with your midsection, your abdomen, your core? Feel your stomach, the muscles there. Okay? You know, pretend you're posing for a picture now and you're gonna pull in your muscles and let go. Relax. Can you do that now with your shoulders? Front, back, sit up straight. Crack your neck if you need to. Feel that. Just become aware of your physical being and then just let it go. We're going to do one more. See if you can pull your attention to your head, your face. You got lots of muscles. See if you can move your eyebrows, smile, frown. If you can wiggle your ears. Be aware of all those muscles. And let it go. Just relax. And now you've put attention to your entire physical body, and it's in a state of relaxation. And I want you just to become aware of what it is to be in a relaxed state as much as you can right now. And recognize that it was your thinking and you're directing your attention that allowed you to kind of scan the body, see if there was anything you could let go of, and you came to this moment here. And what I'd like you to do is think of how you're feeling. And if you can, think of one word that would describe that experience. How do you feel right now? Because I'm going to move, if I can. I'm going to see a whiteboard, and I'm going to see an eraser, and I am not going to see a marker. I see something, I'm not quite sure what it is, but maybe we don't have a marker, and maybe I won't write anything on there, and maybe we will find one, and maybe we'll be able to hear a few thoughts from all of you. Is that okay if I move over here? You're supposed to say yes, yeah. Something like that, or to relax. Did you follow along? It wasn't that hard, was it? To wiggle your toes and think of your abdomen and kind of smile and frown with your face. You all could do that? Okay, we got lots of markers now. Were you able to follow those directions to kind of think about how you were feeling at the end of that exercise? Would it be possible for you politely but clearly to share your word that described your experience of relaxation? light. Okay? I'm going to write those down. I'm going to write a few of them down. Maybe about 10. Happy, nice, calm, stop. Happy, nice, calm, stop isn't a word. Peace, is that okay? I'm not going to sit down on the ground. Relax is relaxed. We're going to think of a term for relaxed. When you were relaxed, what was the quality that you felt? Self-aware, and the other was floating. Okay? Floating, self-aware, focus, free. Last one, relief. Okay? Somewhere. This is not a dictionary definition, but this is your definition. If you can allow others to have spoken for you. We've got 10 things: light, happy, nice, calm, peace, self-aware, floating, focus, free, relief. Are you okay with those? Does that kind of sum up what your experience was and where you ended up? Is that fair? Okay. So would use that as a kind of a baseline for what you mean by relaxation. When you are relaxed, you are able to feel those qualities. Does that make sense? That when we say relax, that some of those are here. Actually, I'm going to move that a little. Can you see that at all in the back? It's fine. We're going to put it right here. No, I just want to see. This is good. Oh, maybe it's up here. Oh, wow, that seemed better. Okay. There's nothing special in these because these are, yeah, I'll keep that again. Bring that back. Okay. All sorts of technical things going on. Yeah. So tense up here. But with these qualities, I'd like to take you through that experience of what you've had. And I want you to see, by the generosity of those in the room, if you can move into the word and the feeling when you hear it. These are all part of relaxation. But I want you to see if you can, with your thoughts, move into the experience of those words. And I'll guide you through that. Okay, do you understand what I'm going to do? I'm going to take you through these, and you are going to see if you can hold that word in your mind and create that experience of relaxation. You want to try that? So when we talk about relaxation, one of the qualities that comes up is light. And so I want you to see yourself being and feeling very light. Okay? You're not holding any issues, there's no problems. Just focus on yourself being above. And move into that experience of lightness. And see if you can, with your thoughts, put your attention on that and move into that quality of relaxation, that you are light. And as you start to feel your lightness, you recognize that you are able to create a thought and an experience and you become happy. And so if you see if you can hold that awareness, that thought, that word in your mind, and move into that experience. See if you can experience happiness right now. And as you start to think of happiness, the relaxation grows and you're feeling nice. See if you can choose the experience of feeling nice. Nothing special, but it's a nice feeling in this room right now. Nothing's happening. We're feeling nice. And the room is becoming calm. And so see if you can hold that thought See if you can move into that experience of being calm. And as we relax, as we're calm, there's a deep sensation of peace that starts to grow. And now hold that element, that thread of relaxation, and see if you can have peace come into your being. And as we progress through these elements of relaxation, we're choosing different thoughts, and we're starting to recognize our abilities and our power, and we become self-aware. So recognize you're creating thoughts and experiences. And now we're just going to float on that quality of peace, relaxation, calm, and that there's nothing pulling us down. And see if you can feel as if you're floating on that energy of relaxation. And as you float along, you're recognizing that you are choosing thoughts. You are focusing your attention. And whatever you focus your attention on is growing. And so your focus is now on being relaxed. And see if you can move into that experience, because that will free you from anything else. Your body is relaxed, your mind is being guided, and there's nothing else that's come into your mind because you are free. And that freedom brings relief. And so just see if you can hold on to that awareness of being light, happy, peaceful, free, relaxed. And see if you can hold that thought for the next minute. And if you can, stay in a quality of relaxation. Either be nice or happy, calm, peaceful. If you can float, you can do that too. But what was your experience for the last 20 minutes or so? Did it feel like a lot of pressure? Think of your toes, think of your hands, think of your face. Be happy, be calm. Was that too fast? Were you able to remember where your toes were and where your hands were and where your stomach was and put attention to that? How are you feeling physically now? There's not a right or wrong. I just want you to answer that to yourself, but you can shout something out if you want. This is an easy group, right? Are you okay? Okay. Does it make sense that when you put attention to something and then take it away, it kind of relaxes? Anything that's there kind of is released? Okay, this is not a medical kind of a clinic that we're going to have here, but that's kind of a natural process. And when I think of something and I put attention and I take my mind away from it, it kind of lessens in its impact. Were you able to experience some of the elements that were suggested of the quality of relaxation? When I said happy and nice and calm, did that word come in front of you? We learned differently. Did that picture come in front of you? Can you see yourself now? Okay, selfies are real big. Has anybody ever taken a picture of themselves? I always have thumbs in my pictures, so I never do that. But sometimes you can take a picture of yourself and say, hey, look how great I am, you know? Can you do that this way? Let me take a picture of myself when I'm feeling nice. What do I look like? Have you ever thought of that? Okay, think of it now. What do I look like when I am calm? Okay, can you see your face? Can you see your body position? All right. How are you when you are peaceful? How do you think you would look when you're peaceful? Have you ever looked in the mirror when you're angry? Okay. Yeah, charming, huh? You look different when you have a different thought. Do you recognize that? So how do you want to look? How do you want to dress? One of the little fashion tip here, uh, qualities that they say the best thing you can put on is a smile, right? You've heard that before, okay? What does that mean? Okay, that if you have a certain attitude, if you have a certain way of being, then that's going to come through. A certain quality is going to come through. And so I would like you to play with the idea that your emotion, your thought, your quality of thinking comes through also. Bless you. Does that make any sense? Have you ever met anybody who is upset or angry? You know right away from their eyes and their face and what's going on. Have you ever met anybody who's confident? Okay, that awareness, that practice, that experience comes through also. And so one of the things that you can do is imagine yourself, and actually you have my permission, if you needed it, to go home tonight and practice in the bathroom, you know, turn on the lights, look in the mirror, or in the bedroom, wherever you've got something, and just say, I'm going to practice my relaxation. Now I'm going to spend, 10 minutes. We got 10 things here. I'm going to be light, and then kind of see what that looks like. And then move to, I'm going to be happy, okay? You're in front of the mirror. You can do this by yourself or with others. It's okay by me. And just kind of, how do I look when I'm happy? See, I can tell you're happy right now, okay? And put on a nice face, okay? And then compare that, see how that works out. Would that be hard? Okay. Is anybody going to do it? All right. Check it out. I won't be watching. It's okay. But as we've been kind of doing these things, relaxing the body, thinking of what relaxation means, coming up with these words, what were you doing? You were thinking. You were thinking really hard, weren't you? Okay, and you probably were thinking at the beginning, what am I getting into? What's he doing? Why am I doing this? But I'm hoping you started thinking along the lines of, oh yeah, I can make a fist and I can think of being happy and stuff like that. But you've been thinking a lot. And when we got to the end of free and relief, there was a pause, about a minute of silence. How did you feel? Okay? Were you still in the room? Some of you might have flipped out to, oh, I've got work tomorrow and I've got to do this and the dishes are still in the sink. I don't know where you went, but do you understand the question? Were you still in the room? Were you still here, or did you kind of fly off into something else? How many went somewhere else? It's okay. Yeah. Okay. But if you can recognize that, that's important. Where am I? Am I in the room? Am I thinking about things here? Am I focusing? Because we've been practicing our thinking. And the more we can have the exercise to train our thinking to focus on something, the more we're going to have that experience. Does that make any sense? This doesn't come automatically. This comes through the same exercise routine that would come with our good health. That relaxation is hard work. We need to practice that. But we need to practice our thinking on the things that we want to and not on the things that we don't. Because when we start to think of the things that we want to, what happens? It grows. Okay? Wow. How many of you spend more time thinking about the things on here as opposed to the thinking about things that are on this invisible chart of stuff that is the opposite? Does that question make any sense? Okay. Have you ever thought about something that you don't want to happen? I don't want this, I don't want that. You're putting energy towards that. You're bringing it closer to you. You're growing that experience. You understand how you work, don't you? That whatever you're going to choose to think about, you're going to put attention there, it's going to grow, and when you let go, you're going to let go of that thought. You're going to relax. I'm going to offer that relaxation is your natural state. That when you are just sitting easily thinking about certain things and not thinking about other things, you're in a very peaceful, calm, nice, relaxed state. I want you to play with that. Don't believe me. Don't believe anything I say, frankly. Test it out. See if that makes sense and practice it. And if it seems true and you can have a thought and create an experience, that is truth. Listening to me talk is not truth. Listening to what I say, applying it, and seeing if you can do it a couple times, then you'll know that, hey, that works. That's right. And so therefore, nobody can ever take that away from you. If you have an information, and from that information you can make an experience, and you can recognize that they're connected, that'll be your truth. And I want you to find your own truth on this. Is this true? Can I hold a thought? Can I move into this state? Can I be relaxed? And does this feel comfortable? Do I want more? And if you can do it, and you like it, and it's possible, what did you promise me you were going to do? How much? 10 days. I think I dropped to 0. I'm sorry. It was 100 minutes for 100 days. Sorry. But we can negotiate that later on. So you've been thinking. You've been working really hard, actually thinking. You've been focusing on different things. You've been kind of doing your exercise, your calisthenics mentally. And you got to a place where it's natural. I'm just naturally at peace. And so what takes you away from being relaxed or peaceful or calm or happy? You don't know? Focusing on the wrong things. Okay? And we could probably make a long list of the wrong things. What she said, what they do at work, how come this, why are they giving me fines for parking? All sorts of different stuff, right? There's like, and it's basically your thoughts. Your thoughts take you away from your natural state. And so the question is, well, why am I thinking about the things that take me into a place I don't want to be? Does that question make sense? All right. So if I practice bringing myself to a original state, I'm going to have a different perspective on how I deal with my life. And so the most important thing you can do is find your center, find yourself, be relaxed, and come into a situation with a clear mind and the qualities that you want to express. How many of you have ever gotten hungry? Wow. Okay. Some of you must travel with food and just be eating all the time. Okay, every arm was supposed to have gone up at that time, but it's just kind of my litmus test of, oh, raise my arm, that's a lot of work, I don't know if I can do it. Why should I raise my arm? Okay, I get hungry, I confess. And I also know that when I'm hungry and when I'm tired, I make poor decisions. Does that make any sense? Okay? So you need to kind of eat on a regular basis. I know if you eat too much, you fall asleep. I do. So you need to kind of figure out how you work, balance those things out, but don't get to that extreme. Don't get to the extreme of being too hungry or too tired or too needy for something, because that weakness, that deficiency is going to affect your decisions and it's going to affect your life. You might do something just because. And if you are not in a state of peace and relaxation and you are in a place of need, you're probably going to make a bad choice too. So it's important to get sleep. Anybody want to argue that? Okay. It's important to eat. Anybody want to argue that? And it's important to be relaxed. Anybody want to argue that? You make better choices for yourself when you are satisfied, when you are complete, when you are not susceptible to weakness. So taking care of yourself on a physical level is very important. And taking care of yourself on a mental level is very important. And choosing the right thoughts brings you into these qualities of relaxation. And for me, it was a big kind of, wow, that's interesting moment when I realized that none of this is physical. Okay? Now, Dubai, I went to a mall, they took me to a mall, okay, and there was all sorts of things that I didn't buy. But I never saw a nice shop. Okay, come in, half price on calmness today. Okay, none of them were selling any of this stuff. Now, they might have said, if you buy my watch, you will be nice or calm or relief or free or whatever. But it's not a direct connection. All these things are metaphysical, spiritual, non-physical, whatever you want to call them. And when we recognize that we need to nurture that part of ourselves, we need to have some sort of process that allows us to get back to the natural state of ourself. We are peaceful. We are happy. We are calm. We are relaxed. It's an integral part of our life. And it doesn't just happen, does it? Because you are probably very well practiced in thinking, but not necessarily about the things that will bring you the qualities that you want. How many of you are thinking right now? No one. You're all thinking about what I'm saying or how that might apply to your home or to work or what you're going to do after this or why didn't I eat dinner before I came? Who knows what you're thinking? But yeah, you're probably chatting along with me. Oh yeah, that was a good point. I remember when, and sometimes I'll say something or you'll be in a meeting or whatever it is and off you go, right? Oh yeah, I remember when I was at that lake and we had such a nice time and it was peaceful. And what did he say again? We all the time chatting back and forth, in and out. So the more we can become aware of where we're at and what we're doing, the more we're going to get to these qualities. And it's going to be natural. And you're going to practice the skill that you're very good at, but in the direction that you want it to go. That's the art of relaxation. How do I work? What do I want? And how much am I going to apply that? None of this is hard, is it? You're automatically thinking. You naturally have these qualities. Now you're just going to marry those two things. And let me start to use my mind to see what is possible. And we're going to see if we can do another experiment. Are you okay with these experiments? They're not hard, okay? I mean, all I have is words, and so everything I said you already know anyway. So you're not going to learn anything new here. You're just going to say, oh yeah, I knew that. Why didn't I do that before? Did you know you were alive? Sure you did. Do you know you're breathing? Sure you did. Do you know what calm is? You told me these words. You know what that is. So there's nothing new here. But want to see if we can do some other things. A little experiment. And it's going to be just concentration. See if we can concentrate, focus our mind, and see when we choose our thinking, where that will take us. And want to start with the idea where we did before. Take a deep breath. And there's a whole process of how to breathe and good breathing and how to exhale and all sorts of things like that, which we're not going to go into. But you're breathing, you're fresh, you've got some cool air circulating through you. How do you know you're alive? Because you're breathing. Yeah, you can feel things like that. Look around. And what keeps you alive when you breathe? Louder. Oxygen. Okay, yeah, I feel I'm alive, but when you breathe in oxygen. How do you know there's oxygen in the room? Because you're alive, okay? Can you see it? There's one right there. Can you see the oxygen? No. But you know it's here, don't you? You understand it. So you can recognize that even though you can't see something, it can still be real. There's oxygen in the room because it keeps you alive. I'm alive. There's oxygen in the room. Very simple. So we're going to practice that. We're going to recognize that when we breathe in oxygen. And what happens when we breathe it in? It goes to the lungs do certain things, and it circulates and all sorts of stuff like that. So I want you to see the oxygen in the room with your mind. And when you breathe in, I want you to breathe in that oxygen and feel that in your lungs. Can you do that? We're going to try that. Take one more deep breath and exhale. And now I want you to see the molecules of oxygen in the room with your mind's eye and breathe them in and feel them come in. And feel the lungs expand. Feel the oxygen doing its oxygen thing in the lungs. And I want you to exhale. Very good. I want you to do that again. Breathe in the oxygen. You can see it. It comes in your nose, goes into your lungs. The lungs are sharing that with the body. And now you're going to exhale. One more time. Breathe in the oxygen. See it come into your nose. Feel it go down into your lungs. Feel it circulating through your body. And now exhale. Very good. Could you see the oxygen? No. Could you understand that oxygen's in the room and it was coming into you? Could you feel your lungs expand? Could you recognize that you exhaled? Did you do that 3 times? How are you feeling? Okay. 4 times. Okay, so you're feeling like, is anybody like really tense? Oh my gosh, he's asking me to do this, and it's too much for me. Was it too much? No, you could all handle that. So it's okay, right? Your mind was very focused here, busy. You chose to keep your mind here. And how are you feeling? Okay, when you keep your mind focused on something, everything else disappears. If we look at this board and see those things and say it's blue on white, and what does that mean? And all of a sudden, the whole world has disappeared. Does that make sense? And so choose carefully what you think about. Because if you choose something good, everything else is going to be less of an impact. It is not going to disappear. Your problems at home are going to be there when you get there, okay? They're not disappearing because you had a couple deep breaths here. It'd be nice though, wouldn't it? Finish that one off. Wouldn't that be great? You could kind of suck in a thought and a problem and breathe and exhale and it'd be gone. Wow. If you can patent and market that, you're going to be really rich. But I guarantee you, whatever you left is still there. You're going to have to face it. You're going to have to deal with it. But you will do better dealing with that when you are full, relaxed, happy, content, calm. Then you can say, okay, it wasn't such a big deal. I got excited about that. Sorry about that. Let's move on. Might be that simple. So if you can stop yourself from that churning of other thoughts that are harmful and are captivating. Have you ever been captivated by a weak thought or a negative thought or an angry thought? I mean, it grinds, doesn't it? Okay, but now you know, wait a minute, I have a choice. I can keep thinking of this and I'm justified, I'm right, I'm sure I'm right, the whole world's wrong, this is what's going on. Or I could say, hey, let me just take a deep breath, feel the oxygen, and move into a light stage. Will you be able to remember that? Okay, very good. Very good. We're going to build a little more on something. Oxygen. It's a little harder here in Dubai for me because first, there aren't any windows in this room. And second, if we look out, we probably aren't going to see what you're going to name. But where does oxygen come from? Plants, right? Trees, green things, right? What's the process of making oxygen? Junior high biology. Photosynthesis, very good. It takes adults a little while. Oh yeah, photosynthesis, right. So there's a process, okay? And so you are getting oxygen from nature, from the green, from the trees, from the plants, okay? And what do you exhale? Very good. Now we're all in the same class. Carbon dioxide. And it's amazing. What do the plants like to have? And they take it and they put the carbon in the ground and they separate out the oxygen and they send it out. How many of you celebrate a holiday? Okay, some of you. I mean, in the United States, we got Thanksgiving, we've got Christmas, we got Diwali, we've got all sorts of things. I listened to our traffic report, traffic and weather in the morning. We have a news station. Okay, it's an hour to get across this bridge and it's going to rain. And the schools are closed because it's a religious holiday. I never know what religious holiday it is. We have lots of them in New York. Okay, could be this one, could be this one. And I'm not quite sure what they are, but sometimes, actually it's street parking. You don't have to move your car because of a religious holiday, but you have to pay the meters. That's what they say. So there's all sorts of holidays, and I'm hoping that you have one that you celebrate, whatever it is. I hope you have lots, actually. But on holidays, sometimes there's a tradition of giving things. Does that make sense? Okay. How many of you have ever received something on a holiday? New clothes, new watch, new car, $1, whatever it's going to be. Something, okay? What's that a sign of? It's a gift. What's it a sign of? Okay, I'll accept that. Love, okay? And work that through. When you give something, it's a sign that you care. It's a sign of offering. It is a sign of love. Okay, does that make sense? And what else is, it's said, I don't know about this part of the world, but there's a saying in the United States that it is better to give than receive. Have you ever heard that? Have you ever given a gift to someone who you care for and they like it and they say, gosh, thanks, how do you feel? Do you know that that's a true saying? That it's when you give something honestly and care about someone, you're actually giving part of yourself, and when they receive that, that you are actually getting more. I mean, it's nice to get a new car, right? It's nice to get new shoes or sandals or socks. But it's also nice to be able to have understood what the person's need is and to be able to respond to that and feel that connection in that relationship. It's better to give than receive. So I want to play a little with those concepts because as we breathe in, what are we breathing in? Where did it come from? What is the sign of? Giving and sharing. And when you exhale, what are you doing? You're sending out CO2. And who likes that? And what are you actually doing? You're giving. And so I want us to practice a little with that. That I want you to breathe in, but I want you to breathe in the gift of life. And I want you to feel nurtured by the world. And I want you to experience that love as you breathe in. And when you exhale, I want you to recognize that your breath sustains nature, that your exhaling is a gift to the universe, that you are the one who keeps the planet alive. Can you do that? I want you to take a deep breath now and breathe in the oxygen, feel that into yourself, and feel the love that the world has for you. And recognize that you are loved. And now as you exhale, you are giving your gift of CO2 to nature and keeping it alive. Breathe in, oxygen, the gift of love, life, you're cared for. Exhale, breathe out, offer, give. Breathe in love, feel yourself being loved. Exhale your gift of life. Breathe in love. Exhale a relaxed gift. Breathe in. Exhale. See if you can do that twice on your own. Very good. Keep breathing, but how are you feeling now? Stressed? Happy? Peaceful? Relaxed? Loving? I hope you can remember how you got there. I hope you continue to always breathe. I hope you have someone who thinks highly of you and wants you back home soon. It's calling you, where are you now? What are you doing? Haven't you relaxed enough? Get in here and help me with the dishes. But you have been using your thinking for the last hour or whatever it's been. And now you're in a place where you can choose a word and create an experience. You can recognize that everything that you do can have love added to it. And that there's great meaning to your life. And that you have the ability to hold that thought and create that experience and be in that life. Does that make any sense? Is that what we've done? You're aware that you think, you're aware of your natural state, you're aware of how you can direct your thoughts, you're aware that you only have to have an idea, a word, and you can move into that experience and you can create that. You are incredibly powerful. I'm hopeful that you will continue to use your thinking and your mind to create the thoughts that you want. You will be very successful no matter what you do. If you think about problems and worries and troubles and you create thoughts that give you anger, you will be successful in experiencing that. There's a guarantee there. If you practice, what was it, 100 minutes, 100 days? Being relaxed, seeing yourself, exhaling love with these qualities of peace, and you start to focus on that, what do you think is going to happen? What are you going to get better at? Which one sounds better? Anger, sorrow, fear, upset, disappointment, peace, relaxation, love, happiness. Is that a challenging question for you? This one's pretty good. Where have you been? Where have you been in the last week? 50-50? 80-20? 95-5? Yeah. Think about it and measure it, because you won't move from here to here without practice. Okay? You've got the skills, you know the reasons, you understand it, you know everything that you can. All you have to do is apply it. All you have to do is breathe, and you can transform your life. Okay? Oh yeah, I'm loving. I've been loved. I've got this. And there you go. I'm keeping the world alive. Huh? There you go. A little bizarre, but it's true. And so I'm kind of looking at the time. Was there a promise that we would fulfill? That you would, at 9 o'clock? 9 o'clock. Oh, wow. That's great. 7 to 9. Okay. I was offered the chance for questions and answers, but I want to finish by doing this again. Is that okay? You know how to think about these things, but I want to just reinforce that. Okay? That we've got the qualities here that you came up with when we were relaxed. And so I want to just take you through that and see if you can re-strengthen your ability to see a word, hear a word, and move into that experience. And we'll do that now. So your body's relaxed, all that. If you want to wiggle around, you might have gotten tense, kind of so focused in your planet-saving thinking that you lost track of it, but move into a position that you find comfortable. Take a deep breath of love, exhale, and now move back into that awareness of being light. I've let go of certain thoughts, I've maintained my awareness in this room, and I'm feeling easy and light. And recognize how that feels, because that might make you happy. And now look into that mirror that you're going to see at home and see that happy face. How does your face look when you're happy? How are your shoulders when you're happy? Go into that experience of happiness. And you'll probably find that being happy is nice. And so that feeling of being happy, relaxed, move into being nice. Can you be nice in your mind? See it. Because when you're nice, you become calm. And so in your mind, there's this pool of water that you can see that has no ripples. Still, calm, relaxed. And in that calmness, we see our natural state of a deep peace. And see your face being peaceful. Experience your whole being, the physical and the metaphysical, at peace. And as we choose these thoughts, we recognize that we are self-aware. We are thinking, we are breathing, we are directing, and we are choosing now to be relaxed. And in that relaxation, that lightness comes back and we feel like we're floating. Far, far above any concerns at the moment. We focus our attention. We concentrate on being a being of love. We focus on our breathing. Nothing else is going to interfere because of our strong thoughts. And we become free. Free from anything else other than to be ourselves at this present moment. Relaxed. Peace. And there's a relief. I understand how to relax. I understand how to be at peace. And I have that relief that I don't have to carry concerns anymore. That I am free, at peace, and relaxed. Spend a moment with the thought, the word that you like best. We'll share a minute of silence together. I hope you're able to continue to breathe. I hope you're able to continue to think. And I hope you're able to remember to choose thoughts that bring you the experiences that you want. Because then you will always be relaxed. And the art of relaxation is to do it in times that the external doesn't supply you with the motivation. Are there any questions, comments, thoughts, anything that is in your mind? There should be nothing in your mind right now except for beautiful pictures and thoughts. But is anything else percolating up? I guess we have a little bit of time. I was told a variety of things. There might be some announcements, but how are you doing, okay? Did you get what you came for? Did you learn, or were you reminded that you are able to do something for yourself in a beneficial way? Do you remember your promise of what you're going to do with that? Yes? Okay. Look around, find somebody and look at them and say, I promised to do what I said I was going to do, and you are my witness. You can do that right now. All right, so now you've got a witness and you got a little, partner, and it's like, oh yeah, they'll feel bad if I don't, and I'll let somebody down. Good, 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 good. What else is in your mind? Anything else? Will you be able to do this at work, at home? Okay, so next time you're in a meeting, you got plenty of time, They're not going to say anything important, right? Might as well be happy and be peaceful and relaxed. Take a deep breath. Makes my meetings go a lot better. Have you stopped giving carbon dioxide? I hope not. If you breathe in, it's important to recognize that you should breathe out too. Yeah. And somehow we've been made in a nice way that it happens automatically. And what happens automatically is you forget to breathe. You don't remember what qualities you can bring in, and then all of a sudden you start to absorb the things that other people have around them. Have you ever done that? Okay, you forget who you are, you forget your power, you forget what your qualities are, you forget your natural state, and you start breathing in other people's energy, emotion, feelings. What happens? You get sick. You don't feel very good, do you? Okay, this one's upset and you get caught up in their thinking. Okay, recognize that if you want to do some visualization, you've got a little volcano, not a volcano, tornado and a vortex coming out of your head. Okay, it's your thoughts. There's this kind of whirlwind. Can you see that in everybody? Everybody's got this little energy around them, whether it's an aura or whatever, but this little tornado coming out of their head is what the image I want you to play with now. And if you have a strong, powerful, peaceful image, it's going to be clear and it's going to be there. Have you ever seen a top? Those things you spin? When it's full energy, it doesn't move. It's stationary, okay? And when it starts to lose some of its energy, it has a little wobble to it. And at the very end, it's all over the place. So see if you can keep this little tornado of energy still. You've got a top up there. Is it peaceful? Is it so powerful that nothing is going to enter into it? Or am I so pulled around by so many things that somebody else's powerful negative energy is going to kind of affect me, pull me in? Can you see that? Does that make any sense? So next time you see someone who's upset, I want you to look at the top of their head and visualize this kind of tornado of negative thinking and say, wait a minute, let me have another thought and kind of send some more energy up through to my little tornado vortex top one there to make it stronger so that that doesn't interfere, okay? You can have all sorts of fun in life and no one's going to know the difference, right? You can look at someone and say, oh my gosh, can you believe that? But they won't know. So what are you thinking? Are you thinking, why are they talking to me? And this is a good reason for me to get upset. And because they said this, I'm going to choose to be angry and not happy and let go of my relaxation. And I'm going to choose because this person said something to let go of everything that's important in my life. Does that make any sense? As opposed to this person said something and it gives me the opportunity to feel bad, but I'm going to still hold on to the qualities that I want in my life. This person's behavior, thoughts, actions are not stronger than my thoughts. Can you do that? Do you understand the difference? Okay. You will be given lots of opportunities to practice this tomorrow, probably, and the rest of your life. There will be individuals, and I promise you this, I'm not in charge and I'm not responsible, don't blame me, but you will find that there are people in your life who will not understand this and they will want company in their unrelaxed place. Okay? We all want company. And if you are out of this, you are going to see people who are upset because they don't know how to find their way back to themselves. And I want you to see them, if you can, not with upset or anger or join them, but to see them with mercy. Here's someone who is calling out, saying, I am not relaxed, I am not happy, I have forgotten who I am, I don't know how to breathe right, I don't understand my relationship with the world, I am not understanding how the world works, and my expression of upset anger towards you is a call for help. Can you do that? Can you play with that? Can you try that? Can you recognize it? Because the minute you can flip that, then you're going to move into your strong place and you're going to have the opportunity to do an action that will take them out of that. If you join them, the both of you are lost. Okay. Have you ever been in an argument? A few of you. Good. Good for those who haven't. But you start kind of going back and forth, you start getting excited, and then somebody says, you know, don't get angry. And you shout back at them, I'm not angry. Eh? That's how that works out because you lost it. You were discussing on getting angry? Okay. You want to come up and show us how? Next session, next group. See how that works out. Any other thoughts, elements in your mind? Questions, comments? Are you okay? Are you relaxed? Are you happy being relaxed? Okay. Do you want more of this? Will you practice? Will you follow through on the promise you made to your new friend sitting next to you? Very good. Okay. And I'm going to tell you something else that you can do. For 30 minutes, for the next 30 days, you can walk practicing relaxed. You can combine those. It's not like, oh, I have to do this, I have to do this. You can do your breathing, you can do your relaxation, you can do your exercise, you can have a nice day all at the same time. Does that make sense that you might want to take a walk also? Do you want to register also and get the great accolades from your government? However that's working out. And is there any good excuse that you can offer not to be peaceful, happy, loving, relaxed? Can you think of a really good excuse now? Because he said, because of this, because... All right, I'll believe you. I'll believe that there is no good reason for you not to do this. And so if you are thinking, oh, 10 minutes of being happy, oh my gosh, so much work, you can think of me saying, remember, there was no excuse, right? I'll let you do that. There is no reason, there's no good reason for you to let go of what's important in your life. And being relaxed has all sorts of threads. And I think if I let you, we could probably come up with 100 different qualities. And so when you're doing your 30-minute walk for the next 30 days, you can add other qualities that you experience while you're relaxed doing that. And if you want to, you can come back here sometime and share your list and say, oh gosh, when I was walking and I feel so healthy, I was also breathing and I felt loving, and these are the other 45 qualities I came up with. Someone here will say, that's great. I want to hear more about your experience. That would be fine too. And it's possible, you never know, but when I come back, whenever that is, and when we get together, I'm going to ask you, how was your practice? How was your exercise? Are you healthy and happy? And I'll tell you what, I'll give you the answer now. You know what the answer is? It's yes. Yes, I'm healthy and happy and everything is going well because I've been practicing. So next time we meet, you don't even have to worry about what you say. You just say, yes, I practice, I'm healthy, I'm happy, and I'm relaxed. And thank you for coming. I think there's some announcements or something like that. Are there announcements or something like that? Good. Good work. Here we go.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, Erik Larson, for being with us and enlightening us through this experience stage. And I'm sure that we definitely experience rather than just listening, but it's a practical experience stage. And big round of applause for being. Today I was listening to one of the sharing by Dadi Janki. She is the present she is the administrative head of Brahma kumaris worldwide. And she was referring to, I was just connecting what I listened from Eric to what she was sharing. She is currently 101, and she still travels around the world and share the wisdom she got. And she was, last month she was in UK and she's in India now. She was referring to that in her life, she never wasted thoughts, she never wasted time, and she never wasted a single rupee. That's helped her to that accumulate that blessings and energy. And her motto is to be happy and share that happiness with others. So like this, one side we have this happiness and other side we have sorrow. So she focused on happiness only, and she never experienced sorrow in her life. And that is a proof of being relaxed and to be healthy and even physical as well as mental healthiness. So thank you for that. And we have some announcements which is coming up. So we have a program theme of art of decision making. It's especially for finance and accounting professionals, which is on 24th of October, that is Tuesday. So we have a limited seating capacity, so its registration is compulsory. And if you are part of this group, part of finance profession, you can register yourself at rajyogacenter.org, or you can inform to your friends as well. It is 6:30 to 7:30 is networking, and 7:30 to 9 is a session in the evening, and will be facilitated by Eric Larson. He will be here for that. And one more special event is happening: Immune System of the Soul, which is organized by uh, it's both like Dubai Health Authority as well as Indian Ministry of Ayush. So they are coordinating this conference, which is going to happen at World Trade Center on 9th of November 2017. And the facilitator will be Mr. Mike George, who is the motivational speaker and a best-selling author, is coming from UK. So you can register for this as well. And Raj Yoga meditation course, which is scheduled supposed to be started today, which will be commencing tomorrow from tomorrow onwards. So 6 days lessons. You can join for that as well. And also meditation course in Arabic language. We are going to have starting on 11th of November, 7:30 p.m. So all these informations will be available in our website, and also you can pick up one events calendar, other programs, you can get more information on that. Yeah, and the love is like how we can share the love. So we have one special sweet made with love. So you can collect it when you are going at the reception, and sisters are waiting there to offer that. And yeah, it's great pleasure to have all of you, and wish you all relaxation, and hope it will continue forever and you will feel that relaxed life in your life. Thank you very much for being here. Yes,